What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new preview. This time it's the West Ham versus Arsenal game. Now, as expected, I knew I was going to upset people. As expected, I riled a lot of people up with my comments about Alexis Sanchez. Not so much about Koscielny. I think everyone's pretty much on the same page when it comes to Lauren Koscielny, which tells you something. I knew I was going to upset people with Sanchez because, you know, when you show some world-class ability over a couple of seasons, people won't ever, and I don't mean ever, hear a bad word said about that player. So I'm going to address some of the comments I got in my last video in the latter half of this video. Going straight into the preview. For me, I'm not even thinking about places in the league. I'm not thinking about City tearing it up. I'm not thinking about top four. I'm not thinking about anything. Honestly, I'm straight up in one game at a time mode. You know, for me, it's not about even building a run at this point. It's just about seeing every single game as they come. West Ham presents a different challenge. They finally won a damn game. Honestly, I've always liked West Ham, begrudgingly, but I have. I've always liked them. They're just a team. They're so heartbreakingly pathetic sometimes. They really are. But power to them. They're kind of like that, you know, stray dog you see on the street every now and again. You just think to yourself, I kind of feel sorry for you. I kind of like you. I kind of want to see you do well. And they're that sort of team, you know. They're such a yo-yo team. They've been in the Premier League a few seasons since Allardyce took them up. And they've just been kind of hovering there or thereabouts. Every time they threaten to be about something, they remind you why they're not about that life. They sacked Bilic. They got in Moyes. I thought it was a terrible appointment at the start. But I'll tell you what, I'll give Moyes a lot of credit. Fair play. He's starting to get them to fight. They're fighting a lot more under Moyes than they did under Bilic. And I liked Bilic. So, I mean, that is some credit to them. They are trying to do something. And like I said, they beat Chelsea. For once, Arnautovic, or whatever the hell his name is, actually turned up. That guy they got from Stoke, and they paid like a ridiculous amount of money for. And I thought it was ridiculous at the time. And I never thought he was that amazing for Stoke. But they paid a ridiculous amount of money for him, and for once he actually showed up. Scored a goal, played pretty well actually for the time that he was on the pitch. I actually watched the game, weirdly, with the carpet fitter. And it was a decent game to watch. I feel like they're there for the taking. I do feel like we can beat them. And if you'd asked me after the United game, could we beat West Ham? Absolutely. But then again, I thought we would beat Southampton in spite of our poor record at Southampton. I thought we'd win that game. We can't defend for shit. Our players turn up whenever the fuck they want to, which I'll go into a bit later. And it kind of is what it is at the moment with Arsenal. So, 1 minute we're world beaters, the next minute we're capable of losing to Southampton. So there's no reason why I should really feel like we're entitled to beat West Ham. But I'd like to think, in spite of the fact West Ham got a result at Chelsea, I mean, Chelsea are a bit weird at the moment. They're a bit hit or miss at the moment. 1 minute they look potentially capable of beating us Man City. The next minute they look capable of losing to someone like fucking West Ham. So they're not too dissimilar from us in that respect. Having said that, for me, this would be the team that I would face to play West Ham. I make changes straight up in that damn defence. Petr Cech goes in goal. I don't think he was really at fault for the goal at Southampton, so he keeps his place. Now, I guess, do I go to four at the back or five at the back? That's the question. I'm going to stick with five personally. Don't hate on you if you change it to four. And I can understand the theory about four. We did play very well last week when we played four at the back. I'm sticking with five purely because of who I'm going to play in the middle. So my 5 in the back would be, Hector Bellerin, right wing back. After a bit of a rollicking, because I thought he had a bit of a poor game at the weekend. The left wing back, Kolasinac, of course. And then this is where I start to make some changes. Monreal, I bring him in just because I feel like with Monreal, he's been fantastic all season. Really, that game at Southampton was the worst I've seen him play. Let's hope that shit doesn't repeat. So I keep Monreal on the team. Rob Holding comes in for me. I think it's time to start trusting him. I think he should have played instead of Merty at the weekend, so I bring Rob Holding in. And then Callum Chambers. To me, in the couple of appearances he's had, I thought he's played pretty well. And all right, people will say, oh, that's because he's one of your favourites. Tell me, has he played that badly this season? I'll wait, because you know you know he hasn't. So I play him for me. Callum Chambers, Rob Holding, Monreal. Just freshen the fuck out of that defence. In the middle, I hear Ramsey's out, so this makes this decision real easy. I put Jack Wilshere in place of Granit Xhaka. Xhaka gets dropped. I don't care. I don't care. He gets dropped because he had a poor game. That got lost in my Alexis rant last week. Sorry, a couple of days ago. Granit Xhaka had a poor game as well. So I put Jack Wilshere there. And I play him next to El Nene. Like I said, I'm freshening up the fuck out of this team. So I play El Nene next to him. My one just ahead of it, I play Ozil. Played reasonably well at the weekend without really getting a lot of reward. So I play Ozil. My 2 up top, controversial. You won't like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. For me, Lacazette gets dropped to the bench. I don't think he's had a good couple of games. And I think it would be a good ego check to just drop into the bench. And my thinking behind that also is, I think as the West Ham players get tired and we need a goal, Lacazette will be the last motherfucker they'll want to see come on the pitch causing trouble. So I actually start Giroud. I think after his brilliant goal, he deserves to start. And I can just feel Lee's eyes rolling as I say this. I start Danny Welbeck. I start him up top. You probably noticed a couple of real key omissions. And I'll get into that in a second. So that's my preview. So anyone who doesn't want to listen to this next bit, feel free to go. Please crush the like button and hit that subscribe for me. I appreciate it whenever you guys do that. You know I consider you guys family, so please go ahead and do that. Speaking of family, let me go into this, right? Because I've had a lot of fucking people comment saying, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, I've had it with this channel. Motherfuckers, come the fuck on. Do you guys live your life where all you and your friends agree all the time, every single time? And when you don't agree, you say, you know what? I've had it with you as a friend. Fuck off. I expressed my opinion, only my opinion, for what it's worth. My opinion on Alexis Sanchez. I personally would drop him. You've just noticed I've done a hopeful 1 to 11 and he's not in my team. Reason being is he doesn't want to be here. And he's playing like someone who doesn't want to be here. As predicted by yours truly in June. And lo and behold, I say that out loud and oh my goodness, I pressed a red button. And the raining comments that came down. But the funny thing is that the only thing people could say is, which I found hilarious, was, oh, well, he hit a pass into Aaron Ramsey and Aaron Ramsey got the keeper to save it and that he hit an assist. All right. What else did he do? How did he shape the game? What has he been doing for the last 6 months? You don't have an answer to that. All you say to me is, oh, well, you know, stats say that he did this or stats say that he did that. And when you have to start defending someone with stats, there's problems. I've said that to you about Mesut Ozil before. Now we're moving on to Alexis Sanchez. I said, let me repeat, because I think people don't quite listen when they hear me on my videos. It was a good assist. Let me repeat, it was a good assist. But if my team is in trouble and I know I have world-class players in my team, isn't the point of having world-class players in the team for them to perform when you need them the most? Why the fuck do you think... And don't get me wrong, I don't think he's world-class. But he's supposed to be one of their top players. So let me use this as an example. Why on earth do you think that United fans are losing their shit at Lukaku at the moment? Because the motherfucker is a big deadpan wood at the moment. He's not doing shit. Why do you think they miss Paul Pogba so much for that City game? And why they collectively went, oh shit, when he got sent off against us? Because they knew how much they were going to miss him in that game because he's going to turn up against City. All of the same people making those stupid comments talking about how I don't know what I'm talking about were the same motherfuckers that said, oh, Chris, you don't know what you're talking about. He'll give his all to the end of the season. Not motherfuckers. We're now December 12th and he still ain't doing shit. But I apparently don't know what I'm talking about. Mind you, I'll go back to my original point. I'm expressing my opinion. And in my opinion, as brilliant as Alexis's 87th minute assist was, I'm sorry, that doesn't give him a pass for the 86 minutes prior to that. Like, people on here go mad when you have the audacity to criticize Alexis. It's unbelievable. Calm down, people. Life is too short for that shit. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about that. No doubt you will. Leave it in the comments below. And like I said before, crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. And also, if possible, subscribe for me. Hit that notification and share it with someone that ain't subscribed. Let's keep this thing going. In spite of those comments, I still consider every single one of you family. And we'll leave it there. Let's calm down. Let's get back on the same page. All right, people. I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.